And with that, the Dokkan 2 data download has revealed the first of the anniversary EZAs. How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We're back for another Dokkan battle video. In today's video, we have a little bit of information behind the latest data download on Dokkan Battle. Now, this is solely on JP. This data download will be happening on Global in just about 24 hours from this video, but we're going to go over what's revealed in the data download along with a surprising reveal of the Vegito and Buuhan Super EZAs, the first EZAs of Dokkan Battle's 10th anniversary. So let's go ahead and start with the big question on everybody's mind. When is the 10th anniversary starting? Well, since this data download did introduce the AGL free-to-play login Goku, we could see that the anniversary would appear to be starting at 11 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time on January 28th. So this is, I mean, a little bit earlier than we usually have start times for anniversary, but it is a good sign. After all, we do know that the Dokkan Now, where they will live stream the character reveals, will be at 2 a.m. PST on the 28th. So this will be like 12 a.m. my time. So this is going to be really exciting because, you know, in a couple hours after the release of this, we'll be able to log in and collect the Goku. And if we're lucky, within, you know, 8 to 10 hours of the Dokkan Now, we should be able to summon for the Vegito and Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. But we will see. But once the anniversary starts, a couple days into that, we will get the EZAs for the INT Buuhan and AGL Vegito, and both Global and JP Dokkan have gone ahead and tweeted out them. They appear to be releasing on the 30th. Now, I'm not sure. So typically the way this works when they release details, it's usually about 2 days until they release endgame. However, the Dokkan Wiki does have them releasing on the 30th. Now, this just might be a temporary placeholder until, you know, Global does their data download, and then they might drop it early as like the countdown EZA. But, you know, either way, sometime between now and the 30th, we'll be getting this Super EZA. So let's go ahead and let's talk about what they're doing. So since they've been tweeted out on Global already, let's start with the Vegito. So I do kind of like this new format that they've got. It makes it really easy to read for the EZA. So looking at the Vegito here, he is now Key 2, attack and defense 200%, damage reduction 40%, along with an additional damage reduction 40% when receiving a normal attack, and temporarily counters with tremendous power. He also gets an additional 150% attack when attacking with 12 or more key, and for every attack received, he gets attack and defense 25% up to 100%. And an additional chance of performing a critical hit up to 60%. When your HP is below 50%, he guards all attacks and has a scouter for 2 turns. He also has attack and defense 50%. He gives all allies key 2 and defense 20%, self-excluded, as well as attack and defense 100%, and all allies key 3 and defense 30%, self-excluded. And these are relative to whether you're facing a super or extreme class enemy. On the Buuhan side of things, right, we have the... too far. There we go. So on Buuhan, we have attack defense 200%. He launches an additional super attack. He changes key spheres from tech to rainbow. He recovers 10% HP at the end of the turn. He has attack defense 200% when 12 or more key. He randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, tech excluded, to int key spheres, starting from the 5th turn from the start of battle. And for every key sphere obtained, he has attack 40% and defense 30%, right? So he's a bit of a nuker there. And he recovers 12,000 HP with each key sphere obtained. He also has a chance of performing a critical hit, 33%, and damage reduction rate up 22% for every rainbow key sphere obtained, up to 66. He also has the same effect as Vegito, 100% attack defense, and 3 key and attack 30%. When facing a superclass enemy, and then when facing an extreme class, 50% attack defense and key 2 and attack 20%. And so this is basically, you know, his version is more offensive, whereas plus healing, whereas Vegito is more defense plus countering, which makes sense, right? You want your counter unit to have a bit of defense. So, I mean, on paper, they both look really good. Vegito seems like he's going to be the typical Vegito. Great for normals, dangerous for supers, right? Because most of his damage destruction rate only applies to normal attacks. But the good thing he has is a scouter. And, on Majin Buu Saga, right, there are, multiple ways to help him avoid a super attack. He's more than likely going to be, just looking at how the team is set up, probably going to be a floater more or less. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how he works with the new Vegito, especially if they end up getting a scouter as well. So, right, there'll probably be multiple ways to protect this guy, and that's not even including any kind of support that might come in to support him both offensively and defensively. But his counters are definitely going to hit really, really hard with all of this extra attack that he's getting. Now, because he is a super EZA, he is not getting anything on his super attack effect. So it is the same as it was before, right? Causes immense damage and gives the attack 35% to allies for the turn. So that is really nice. On Buuhan, it is he is just greatly lowering attack and defense, I believe. Let's see. Can it actually show us a better? There we go. Yeah. Greatly lowering attack and defense on the super attack effect. And then, of course, right at level 15, you have a 30% chance of it being slightly more powerful, right? With a greater chance, I think it's a 50% more powerful, right? But again, it's not really going to be all that big of a deal. Really, I mean, my biggest concern, like, Buuhan looks amazing, right? I mean, they've been knocking it out of the park with these Buu units, but Buuhan, I mean, does have me a bit concerned, right? Due to specifically because of changing the tech key spheres, because, right, if you're using tech Buuhan, you want those tech key spheres to help him get I guess it's not that big of a deal if they're changing to rainbow orbs, but I mean, obviously that could cause some problems with him getting the key spheres he needs to get fully built up. So I would probably just keep this one on the rotation that doesn't have your transformed Buuhan. Well, I would have to play test it more. I mean, it might not be as big of a deal, but he's going to be great on Tech Buuhan's team. I mean, it is a shame that villains we don't want that. Villains probably aren't going to get too much of a major buff this celebration, but obviously we could get to see a couple. We might be able to see villains represented mostly through EZAs, Buuhan being the first. Now, I did want to take a minute and jump into the data download here. So shout out to our boy Proton10MG here for taking the time to put all of this together, because there is a lot coming. So not only are we getting these super EZAs when the 2 days after the anniversary starts, we also have a lot that's going to be dropping on the day of the anniversary, right? We have 2 new categories. Now, it's unsure if both are happening at the same time, but the hero who protects Earth and the successor, I'm going to assume successor is the part 2 category, and the hero who protects Earth is the part 1 category. This is pretty much how it was in Worldwide, right? We did get a new category, but it wasn't introduced till part 2. So I could see probably Vegito leading the hero who protects Earth, and successor, I mean, to me that screams, Gohan, right? Family Kamehameha Gohan. So I could see him being the Carnival LR leading this new category for 200%. Although categories are typically on the DFE, I mean, if the DFE is supposed to be a fusion as they suggested, I don't really see this being on a fusion, right? The term successor. So we'll have to see what that comes from. We do have a new orb stage, right, for the new categories: Hero Who Protects Earth and Successor. And then we also have another Dragon Ball Daima stage, right? This Friday we should be getting the next Dragon Ball Daima stage. And then we have a new Super Warrior of Legend Dragon Ball saga. So I mean, this basically confirms that the free-to-play LR is the Dragon Ball saga. So it doesn't, he's not in the data, but knowing that this stage is coming, that this pretty much confirms the free-to-play card is the Dragon Ball saga. So I mean, unfortunately, those who wanted him in part 2, that is a bit rough. We also have another Super Warrior of Legend, Dragon Ball GT, that seems to be about Oob, right? So this is interesting because we don't have a GT Oob, so this could be the this is probably the TUR, I'm guessing. I doubt this would be an LR, unless they're right. We'll see when the data when the anniversary starts and they reveal who it is. But one of these is the LR, I guess. Either the Dragon Ball Super Warrior or the GT one. I'm thinking I'm thinking that this one is probably not the LR. But we will see what happens here. Oh, actually, never mind. No, never mind. Okay, so it does seem like there is multiple Super Warrior Legends, right, from each series. Okay, so yeah, maybe that goes out the question. Unless we're getting multiple free-to-play cards, but then there's also one for Dragon Ball Z, so I doubt that. So, hard to say right now which one gets the LR then. So let's keep moving here. We have the next Ultimate Red Zone, or we have a new, here. We have a Supreme Magnificent Battle, Super Warrior Gathering. So this pretty much the whole series. The first one is, stage 1 is Dragon Ball. Stage 2 is Dragon Ball Z first half. Oh, this is interesting. So this is probably Saiyan Saga is what that means. Or Saiyan to Namek Saga, possibly. So the first fight is probably Saiyan Saga up to Super Saiyan Goku, I guess. Ooh, this could be long fights. I like that. We do have the Vegeta story Ultimate Red Zone. We did know this is coming. 3 stages, just like the Goku one, ending at Android Cell Saga for the first part of... And this is dropping here... in just a couple of days on the 24th. We also have a new challenge event with the super enemy with a long history of battle. So this, unsure how difficult this is going to be at the time, but there are 3 stages that are dropping. We have the first couple stages, right? Stage 1 and 2 of the anniversary revamp, which we did know was coming. There are new missions for new equip orbs, better defense equips, and I think some of them come with dodge as well. So it's a really good revamp. The first 2 stages are obviously the year 2s and Gogeta and Janemba for year 1. We have another new stage that seems to be similar to the anniversary battle, and this is the Dokkan Chronicle. There are stages up to 10, but not all of them are in the database just yet. But they do have the first 4 stages are in already, so they'll probably add them as they go. And then of course the EZA medals for the Super Vegito and the Buuhan. Some new wallpapers, probably. I mean, these are already, I mean, these were given out a long time ago. These are the 200 and 250 million worldwide downloads one, so I'm guessing if you missed these, you can probably pick these up again through missions. And then of course we have the new anniversary wallpaper, which we can pick up, and then the 10th anniversary coins that we can exchange in the shop. We have these exchange tickets that for completing the Dokkan Chronicle. Unsure how this is going to work in on global or what they're going to be exchanged for, but we will see. Of course, we have the purple stones for trading for TURs and LRs. Remember, these are purchasable. And then confirmation on rainbow tickets. It is referred to as a super thank you ticket again, so this means this is probably that 77 ticket multi where you get 77 units and a guaranteed featured unit. So lucky there. And then we got some new support items. All right, combat uniforms. And then that looks like that is it. Interesting to see how these will work. Like I said, the stages are really interesting to me, these super warriors, because they pretty much cover everything here. Like every series, so it's hard to pinpoint exactly which one is going to be the LR, although it looks like the Dragon Ball Saga currently has the most stages in the database, so this could be the LR stage, as that one would typically have the most. We'll have to see as once the information drops, but should be a good time. So guys, that is it for the video. There is a whole lot here in regards to the 10th anniversary. The Dokkan 2 stuff, I'm not really going to go over in this video. We'll have a separate video breaking all that down once it drops on global, and I can actually show you all of the changes in game. So that's it for the video, guys. If you liked the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and in the comments down below, let us know, what do you think of the Vegito and the Buuhan Super EZA? Honestly, I think they look pretty good. They're going to be nice additions to their team. Vegito, a little bit unsure of, just simply due to the fact that we are getting a new Vegito, but Buuhan is a welcome addition to Tech Buuhan's team. In fact, we did say he was much needed during that time. So that's it for the video, guys. If nothing else, thanks for watching, and aloha.